Welcome to Shawnee Grows, where I encourage you to learn as you grow. I have found some time this evening to spend it with you all, and we are going to talk about what to grow to feed rabbits, ducks, and chickens. For Team Replay, I want to hear from you. Tell me what you like to plant for your animals, whether it's rabbits, ducks, or chickens. I'm sure there's things that I'm going to miss in this list, and I want to hear from people who actually have experience in this because I don't. This is just based on research I've done. There was a viewer that suggested this topic, so here we are. Let's see who's in the chat. We have Storms, Radios, and Cats. Good evening. Good to see you. Feel free to share your weather. Amaponian, first Venezuelan comment. Welcome to our chat this evening. Good to see everyone. We got a thumbs up from Storms, Radios, and Cats. When you're planning the rabbit garden, remember when you're feeding greens, you need to be aware of oxalic acid content. Too much oxalic acid can damage your rabbit's kidneys, so feed those greens in only limited amounts. And what are those greens, you might ask? Greens with higher oxalic acid content: beet greens, mustard greens, parsley, spinach, sprouts, Swiss chard. Also remember that you should have organic growing practices with the foods that you're wanting to feed to your animals. It's especially important if you're going to eat the meat. You don't want to feed your livestock a bunch of genetically modified garbage or chemical poisoning, right? So if we don't want to feed our rabbits high oxalic acid greens, we could look at ones that have low acid content. Arugula, basil, bok choy, carrot tops. Actual carrots are okay too, but basically candy for rabbits. So I think that means like a high sugar content. Cilantro, dill, leaves, kale, red and green leaf lettuce, romaine lettuce. Other vegetables like asparagus, but only small amounts, bell peppers, cabbage, small amounts, and squash. You can also grow a little patch of grasses or sprouts in your rabbit garden, like wheat, grass, and barley. I do have an article to read with some pictures right here. Why do you need a rabbit garden? There are many reasons. You help provide fresh food, makes it more attractive, helps you learn about gardening in general. Plus, the rabbits love to nibble on things like herbs, veggies, and fruits. So this is an article talking about, I think, 10 plants to grow in your rabbit garden. Oregano. It's an excellent source of antioxidants and contains iron and calcium, which are important for rabbits. It can be grown indoors and planted in the garden bed, containers, or outdoors. If you plant it from seed, it could take a long time, so you might want to go buy a start. Mint is a great source of vitamins and minerals such as calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, and iron. Mint leaves are also an excellent source of vitamin C and A. It can help aid digestion, treat asthma, reduce inflammation, calm upset stomachs, sore throats. This is an article about rabbits, and so it's listing all these things. It must be talking about rabbit health, I imagine. Parsley is number 3. Vitamin C, iron, calcium, and antioxidants. Vitamins A, K, and B6, and fiber for your rabbits. Dillweed. Sage. High in calcium, iron, and vitamin A. Thyme is a great addition for your rabbit's diet. They contain antioxidants. They love the strong flavor, apparently. Pot marigold. It's an annual flower that provides bright yellow blooms loaded with vitamin C and calcium. Rabbits eat the petals raw. Bunnies can nibble on and eat the leaves, bark, or stems of pot marigold. You've got your lettuce. Swiss chard is a leafy green vegetable that's very healthy for your rabbit to eat. It has mild flavor, which means it's not likely to cause indigestion or upset your bunny's tummy. It's pretty easy to grow, it says. There it is. There's different color stems. Use mulch or wood chips to keep the soil cool and moist for landscaping tips for your bunny garden. Helps reduce the weeds. Well, I'm sure rabbits want to eat the weeds. All right. Another article about safe plants for rabbits. We have dandelions. There's lots of toothed leaves that your rabbits will enjoy munching on. Hawthorn berries. Hawthorn plants grow as shrubs or small trees, and bunnies love to nibble on the twigs and leaves. The berries aren't poisonous, but rabbits are less keen on these. So that's the hawthorn berries for your rabbit. There's that marigold. Rose. Rabbit can safely eat both rose flowers and leaves, according to this article. Shepherd's purse is considered a weed and produces lots of small flowers with white petals. And plantain are great for the rabbits, it says. There's different types of plantain. Sow thistle have toothed leaves covered in prickly spines which grow from the stem. The further up the stem the leaves are, there's less defined they become. The plant produces bright yellow flowers. They look like a dandelion. Yeah. Apparently they're good for your rabbit to eat. Sunflowers. Who doesn't like eating sunflowers, right? Willow leaves. Willow tree produces lance-shaped leaves, which bunny can safely munch on. Yarrow. There's a picture of yarrow for your rabbit. Always monitor your rabbit during eating. So, our next topic is duck, but we're going to check the comments to see who's snuck in while we were talking about what to grow for rabbits. And if anyone wants me to repeat rabbit food suggestions, I can do that. Okay, let's see. We've got Miss Sharon. Welcome to the party. We have Homestead Aquarius. You found me. We have found some time to go live, so we squeezed it in tonight. Hedgehogs Homestead. Hello, hello. We're talking about what to grow for rabbits, ducks, and chickens. And I don't have any personal experience in this. This was a viewer's request, and I looked up some articles, so I would love to hear from the chat. Throw it out there. What are we growing for these critters? No wonder the shepherd is poor. He keeps weeds in his purse. Here we go. Hugo Homestead. Rabbits love sunflowers. Chickens love the seeds. Miss Sharon says my rabbits love chickweed. Cilantro for a rabbit bellyache. South Florida Sunshine is joining us. Here, here. We love sharing knowledge. For ducks, they have a similar liking to chickens, it sounds like. The list that I found was talking about mild Asian greens like Napa cabbage, vitamin greens, Mibuna, bok choy, and similar mild Asian greens all offer delicious flavor. Keep going here. Chicory. There's a huge amount of diversity in the size and shape and color and taste for chicory. So the ducks like them all. In the description has the links to the articles I'm pulling up. They listed lettuce for ducks to eat, kale on top of, and chickweed growing underneath. If you were a duck or chicken, this would make your brain light up with hunger and excitement. We harvest and chop huge quantities of kale and chickweed for our flock throughout the cool months. Okay, mache goes from a tiny, low-growing green to a bush of tiny white flowers very quickly in the spring, and then it flowers in large clumps. It's edible at every stage. Okay. It's a cold hardy green. Austrian winter peas, the greens and leaves, not the pods. We're saying the greens and leaves are good for ducks to eat. Okay. This is saying snap peas for the peas in the pod. Small tomatoes, currants, and cherry. Look, there's a duck even in the picture. And then beefsteak tomatoes, they're even talking about. Sunberries, here's a picture of that. For ducks, we're speaking about. Ground cherries. There are small currant tomatoes on the left and ground cherries in the white bowl on the right. For ducks. And then there's the chickweed. Ducks love slugs. Here we go. That's right. They need some protein. The rabbit I grew up with liked chocolate quick. Rabbits like carrot tops. Anyone with rabbits know that they love strawberries and bananas. Ooh, really? Because of the sugar, I suppose. Marigolds for ducks, rabbits, chickens, and people. Wild ducks, I found out, are more of a concern for the chick flu. Let's repeat something up here. For the rabbit garden, remember when you're feeding greens, you need to be aware of the oxalic acid content. Too much can damage the rabbit's kidneys. So for those greens that have the higher oxalic acid content are the beet greens, mustard greens, parsley, spinach, sprouts, and Swiss chard. And the lower acid content greens are the arugula, basil, bok choy, carrot tops. It says the carrots are great too, but they're like candy. Cilantro, dill leaves, kale, red and green leaf lettuce, romaine lettuce. Other vegetables like your asparagus in small amounts, bell peppers, cabbage in small amounts, and squash. Growing little patches of grasses and sprouts for your rabbits, wheat, grass, barley. And chickens, guys, the list of things to grow for chickens is enormous, okay? What I want to do is read through what to grow and kind of why it's good for your chicken, and then I'm going to show a big broadcast list, and there are links to the printable in the description. And keep throwing stuff out in the comment section. So basil improves digestion, supports immune system health. It can cause your chickens to lay brighter egg yolks. Borage has a cucumber flavor. If any of your chickens are suffering from respiratory problems, this is an immune system booster that's full of A and C vitamins. And putting borage in your coop helps deter pests. Picking off the blossoms and adding it to your feed. Calendula, it adds an orange color to their yolk. It is anti-inflammatory and antibacterial. Turn it into a salve to treat prolapsed vents. If anyone has chickens and knows what that means, there you go. Dill, it assists with digestion and respiratory health. Lemon balm. It's full of antibacterial properties, promotes calmness, reduces stress. It's also a wonderful addition to nesting boxes that can be used in your area to repel rodents. Lemon verbena has antiviral properties, and it's a great fly repellent. Chocolate mint. This herb is known to help lower body temperature and increase egg production. If your chickens aren't impressed with the flavor, keep it around your coop to keep rodents away. Adding some mint to a bucket of ice for them to enjoy in the summertime. Greek oregano can strengthen your chicken's immune system while fighting off a list of common illnesses. It's an anti-parasitic as well. This superhero plant, oregano, can help battle, I don't know how to say this, coccidian, E. coli, and salmonella. Italian parsley is loaded with vitamins A, B, and C, and calcium and iron. It is an egg-laying stimulant and helps boost blood vessel development. That is for the Italian parsley. Pineapple sage is an antiseptic, and it helps improve your chicken's nervous system. Rue, white sultanelli, is a chicken's name. Never mind. I thought that was the name of rue. Okay, rue is a natural worming agent. Helps repel insects. I've never heard of rue. Rosemary is a pain reliever and aids in respiratory health and an insect repellent. Its natural woody fragrance is a wonderful addition to hang around the coop. Tarragon is an appetite stimulant and it's packed with protein, and it has high value of antioxidants. Thyme helps battle parasites, stimulates laying, and promotes healthy respiratory systems. Okay, there's more. We have bay leaves, bee balm, catnip, chamomile, chervil, chicory, chive, cilantro, coriander, comfrey, dandelion, fennel, hyssop, lavender, lemongrass, lovage, marjoram, oregano, parsley. And then let's talk about vegetables. Broccoli is filled with vitamins A, C, E, and K. Okay, calcium and iron. Keeps your chickens strong and less prone to disease. Cabbage. Hang the cabbage ball in the coop so they get a workout, is what it's saying. Vitamins A, C, and K, potassium, magnesium. That's funny. A corn cob is filled with fiber and aids digestion. Cucumbers or cucamelons are full of H2O to help keep them hydrated and cool your chickens. Vitamins B, C, and K, anti-inflammatory properties. Greens, arugula, kale, lettuce, spinach, and Swiss chard help darker, richer yolks. Some of them don't like these greens though. Each chicken has its own personality. I'm sure you all know that have chickens. It's also filled with vitamins A, B, C, C, and K. So I have a note here to talk about oxalic acid again. Make sure to only feed your chickens spinach and Swiss chard as a treat. The greens contain the oxalic acid, which can prevent calcium absorption. It has a negative effect on your laying hens, so use in moderation. Okay, we also have ground cherries on the list. Vitamins A, B, and C, iron, calcium, and phosphorus. Melons are a good source of hydration. Nutrition, vitamins A, B6, and C, and is a natural intestinal dewormer. Peas, protein, fiber, calcium, A, C, and K vitamins. Here's a tip: add frozen peas to your chicken's water bowl on the scorching hot summer days, and they're going to love it, supposedly. We have sweet peppers. Make sure the peppers you feed them are ripe. They have fiber and vitamin C. And then I have a note about the leaves and stems of plants that are in the nightshade family, like tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants, should not be ingested by your chickens. They contain a toxin called solanine. Solanine. I don't know how to say it. Solanine. It will negatively affect their nervous system, but the fruit of the plant is safe, but not the leaves and stems. We have more for those chickens. Squash. The seeds are internal parasite prevent internal parasite overload, calcium for healthy eggs, fiber and antioxidants, vitamins A and C. Okay, and then we have the others, the asparagus, beet greens, bok choy, Brussels sprouts, carrots, cauliflower, celery, collard, endive, garlic, gourd, green beans, cooked not raw. Cooked not raw? Cook your green beans, apparently, for the chickens. Parsnip, potatoes, cooked not raw. Wow, cooking potatoes for them. Okay, pumpkin, radish greens, sweet potatoes, tomatoes, turnips, turnip greens. Wait, there's more. We haven't even spoke about all the flowers, you guys. Okay, so we have the beautiful echinacea. Every part is edible. It helps boost their immune system, fight off parasites, and improve respiratory health. Marigolds, just like the calendula, it helps their egg yolks, a vibrant orange color, makes their beaks and feet brighter. It has anti-inflammatory properties and antioxidants. The nasturtium flower, both the leaves and flowers of this peppery tasting annual contain a good source of vitamin C and iron, antibiotic properties, and are a natural wormer. Plant the nasturtiums around the edge of your coop for a pop of color, and your chickens can get at them and love them. Rose is a perennial shrub, antibacterial properties, and an antiseptic, and a good source of vitamin C. The sunflower, vitamin E, immune system booster, preventing diseases, good source of protein. Very helpful during molting and times of stress. Give them sunflowers. We have others like begonia, black-eyed Susan, daisy, daylily, geranium, hollyhock, hosta, impatiens, lobelia, orchid, petunia, snapdragon, violet, and zinnia. Keep going, guys. Alfalfa. A, B, E, K, calcium, protein, fiber, promotes healthy and regular laying. Barley is protein, fiber, and B6 vitamins. Clover, calcium, iron, vitamins A and B, anticoagulant that can aid in your chicken's respiratory and circulatory health. Hops. It contains lupulone, which is an antibacterial. And this person grew golden nugget hops for the chickens. Quinoa, protein, fiber, calcium, vitamins B and E. Others include amaranth, buckwheat, chicory, flax, millet, mustard, oats, rye, sorghum, and wheat. And so I want to show you this. This is in the description. You can click it and print it if you want to have that thing I just read to you. It's right there. It lists all the herbs. It lists the vegetables, it lists the flowers and the grains and others. But wait, there is more I'd like to speak about for your chickens, but I'm going to go back to the comment section because I'm sure you guys have all thrown beautiful and wonderful ideas at me for me to read out loud. So let me get to where I left off. And we are right here. Apparently, Hugo Homestead says they love banana. Mealworms for ducks and chickens. Miss Sharon says rabbits love comfrey too, but I only give them one small leaf once a month. Carol says I have some bananas. I need a rabbit. Afraid of keeping one outside here, especially with the heat and rats. Yes, Hugo Homestead, and watch out for lettuce and other fibrous veggies so they don't get bloat. That would be bad. Chickens are the garbage disposals of the backyard animals. It kind of feels like that, doesn't it? Barry says my sister left me with her bunny to raise and she couldn't take him with her. Too many carrots made cleaning a pen a nightmare for me. Oh boy. Chickens will eat your nasturtium. Ask me how I know. Yeah, what if your chickens ate that you didn't expect? Tell me your stories in the comments section in the chat here or on the replay. I see you, Team Replay. Hugo Homestead, chickens and bunnies love wild violets. Wow, really? Okay, prolapsed vents can happen with horrible results. The other chickens or quail will pick it to death. Calendula is antibiotic too. And chard too, Hugo, they love divas. I just bought rue. Oh, you know what rue is? Okay. Flaxseed, hedgehogs, Homestead, throwing out the tips. Hugo Homestead, yes, they peck at the cabbage head. They sell bet hangers for them. That is funny. Wow. Haha, that would be fun to watch chickens peck at a cabbage. I agree. Just shared you out. Everyone should see it Tuesday. The delay is real. Hedgehog's Homestead eggshells. Brewer's yeast. Here we go. Getting all the golden nuggets in the chat. Turn around and scramble their extra eggs with their shells and mix it. Oyster shell is important for chickens. Yes, solanine is what negatively affects those of us with autoimmune issues too. Hugo Homestead, let those crazy chicken carve your pumpkin. I have seen videos of that, yeah. Hostas, ask me how I know. Oh my goodness. It's fun to just start it and they go for it. For the pumpkin, maybe we're talking about. Got to go, much love. Oh, Hedgehog's Homestead, see you around. Chickens will eat the new roses. All your sunflowers belong to us. Yes, good night, Laura. Have a good night. Chickens can do hot peppers. Is it true that it promotes egg laying? Because, yeah, they don't taste the spice, if I'm correct. Let me know. We're having some fun chit-chat between South Florida Sunshine and Storms Radio Cats about the delay in posts from her channel in the Bermuda Triangle. Carol says all birds can do hot peppers. They can't smell them. The heat does not affect them. Hot peppers are in parrot mixes. Will help deworm them too, I think. Now, is that for in moderation? Like they get one chili pepper a day? Is it unlimited? Peppers for chickens are antimicrobial. Okay. And where did that go? Would love to have animals that help the garden. Hot peppers help them keep their body temp up in cold weather. Chickens can't taste the spice in hot peppers. Thank you for all verifying that. I have one more thing to talk about with the chicken feeding. Nope, two more things actually. Do I have a picture of this? I have something to read, it looks like. So feeding chickens with berry bushes and trees. Consider planting a crabapple tree in your chicken run. Even ornamental crabapple trees that produce small fruit that you might not bother with will be appreciated by your hens. Mulberry trees planted in the chicken run, so when the fruit drops, it's fair game. Planting fruiting shrubs and trees in the chicken yard as fruit ripens. Any that you don't harvest for yourself drop to the ground, having the chickens a good old time. So I thought that was interesting to add. And then, of course, the proteins, everyone. If you have a mealworm farm, an earthworm bin, maybe you have your own black soldier fly larva bin, cricket bin, beetle bin, you can grow all those things, understanding their life cycles, and feed them to your chickens. Now, I think a lot of people buy them instead of growing them. Let me know. Do you farm and harvest these proteins for your chickens? I would love to know. It says Hugo Homestead, cracked corn for chickens, warmth and cold weather too. Carol says to Miss Sharon, so you all use the dried hot peppers? Mulberries are awesome for chickens and goats. Bunnies love to chew berry sticks and love apple tree sticks. Do bunnies have to chew on stuff for their teeth, Hugo? Miss Sharon says to Carol, yes, I give them cayenne peppers in winter and bell peppers in the summer. Radio Jonesy, what have I missed? He asks. You have missed the conversation about what to feed your bunnies to make sure in your rabbit garden you're not feeding them too many greens with oxalic acid, to have good growing practices. If you're going to eat the meat of these critters, you don't want to be giving them chemicals, okay? Keep that in mind. Understand which greens have lower acid in them. Little patches for ducks to nibble on. Someone talked about slugs. And then for the chickens, the list of things the chicken shall eat. is ginormous. There is a free printable in the description below, going through all the herbs, all the vegetables, all the flowers, the grains and others. And then now we were talking about if anybody has the, where's this one? There we go. The bugs, the critters, let me find the mealworms, earthworms, black soldier fly larvae, crickets, and beetles. If anybody farms those things, I would like to know. YouTube police is here. You have a headache? Oh. Okay, Hugo Homestead. Bunny's teeth never stop growing. Okay, so they do have to chew on woody stuff. I wondered about that. Miss Sharon says to Carol, they will eat them either way, usually. Let's face it, chickens will eat chicken. So that's right. Here we go. The red wigglers. Fantastic. We did talk about vermiculture on a previous live stream. Go on over if you haven't seen it. And if anyone wants to share numbers, how many rabbits do you have? How many ducks do you have? How many chickens do you have? Tell me which are your favorite breeds. I would love to hear. So, Carol, I had a notification on my weather app that there was going to be a barometric pressure headache migraine trigger for those that are sensitive to that today. And you do mealworms? Now, are you buying mealworms or you're farming mealworms, Gary? If you can share. I don't know if you're at work. And you know a lot about vermiculture. Fantastic. You should do a live stream on one of your channels, because you have many, and talk about vermiculture. There is a food care package today with Tim Tams, Australian snacks for Miss Shawnee and family today. Let's hope it gets there. Okay, the clock starts now. How long will it take to travel around the world? Thank you so much, Radio Jonesy. And I didn't hear your update if the putting the solar light chased the wallabies away from stomping the carnations. And I didn't hear the update if those beautiful sunrise, sunset, whatever they were called, daisies or mums, were still rocking and rolling. Maybe you're going to talk about that on a future live stream. Go ahead and share if you're going to do that, what time and day. Carol says, yes, indeed. And so glad people are not like chickens. Terrifying. Tough, no, though not nearly as much as my wife Tammy does. And Tammy doesn't go on camera, if I remember right, or will she? YouTube police. She does grow the mealworms. Does she have the bins? Is that how you do it? I'm not sure what we're talking about. I wish mine did that. I do have the vermiculture. Thank you, Barry. Replay. Carol has a question for YouTube police. Hugo Homestead, don't forget the apple cider vinegar for chickens. I have heard about putting that in their water. I feel like there was another ingredient. Maybe it was just that. To do what? Do you want to fill us in on the purpose? And your wife, Tammy, Gary, says, has been a master gardener for over 12 years and has been doing composting with worms and mealworms for a long time. And yeah, rarely. You have one or two videos with her on it. So she probably isn't going to do a full-blown live stream either then. Quail eat most things chickens can eat. Don't say that in big chicken groups. She caught poop. For what? For something Hugo Homestead said. The apple cider vinegar? Everybody does that. Miss Sharon, ooh, thanks for sharing. It says, I have 2 lion lot bunnies and 3 BB red bantam chickens for now. Delivery for 3 golden comets and 3 buff Orpingtons was delayed until next Thursday. Well, the buff Orpingtons are so cute. Okay, so the wallabies are still coming, but the flowers are still there and not touched yet. I'm saying grow a wallaby garden up on the hill and they eat there and don't come down. Let's try that. YouTube Belize. I don't understand the harder part. That's not her name, Carol. All right. I did one live with her on it. She mostly just waves at the camera. Oh, how adorable. Okay, nothing under the, okay, yeah, clarification there. Great. Okay. Remember to hit the like. Thank you, Miss Sharon. Many people do it, but she said she mentioned putting the apple cider vinegar in their water and the chicken group got in a tizzy. Did anyone list the benefits of that? Let me get this banner off of here. While we wait for those comments to roll in, are they here? Oh, we have Jack Beanstalk. Welcome to this. We briefly went over foods to plant. Does that make sense? Foods to plant for rabbits, ducks, and chickens. There's links in the description. There's a printable that has the herbs, the vegetables, the flowers, the grains, and other, but it doesn't have the protein gribbly grubblies like mealworms, earthworms, some kind of soldier fly, and crickets and beetles. So we're just going over who has what as far as rabbits, ducks, and chickens. If they want to share about what they've ate that maybe they weren't supposed to eat and you found out later that they loved it. What I'm going to do now is our announcements. So as of today, my watch hours are loaded up till February 16th because that's the way it works. It's like 6 days behind. And so based on that day and our live streams we've done together, I have 1,482 watch hours set. The goal is 1,500 by February 28th. We did a live stream on the 17th, so I'll see tomorrow that being loaded to the hours, and maybe we'll be able to have a celebratory, a party, hey, congratulations, thank you everyone for our hard work live coming up in the future. So make sure you're subscribed and you have the bell on, so when that pops up, you can join us for the party. We'll have some people up on panel with us. I think we're going to make it, and then we're just going to go to the next goal. YouTube Police, I think she feeds them oatmeal. Oh, I'm sure. I've heard that many times. Is it cooked or raw? Hugo Homestead, Carol, apple cider vinegar, not even for the chicks to prevent pasty butt. So a use for apple cider vinegar in the water when you bring home baby chicks is to prevent pasty butt. And we do have Miss Sharon sharing out the links to channels. We have Radio J Talk. Head on over there and subscribe. It's been going live lately. Okay, we have some facts, possibly. Barry says ACV is important for pH levels and can help with digestion. It cuts through mucus in the bird's gut, helping ensure that guts are cleared out and eggs are clean. Okay? See you later, Amaponian. Carol is making a statement. I am just saying other folks might argue. Well, bring the argument and we will have a healthy discussion. I agree that it is an awesome thing, and it's the raw oatmeal, YouTube Police states. Thank you for the Google search. It's hard for me to Google things and do all of this. I like when you guys help me out. Appreciate all of you. And we have one more announcement, and it's a surprise. I have a podcast on Spotify. It's called Learn As You Grow. There should be a link in the description, as well as when you go to my channel about section, you can look at links of things. It's supposed to be on there and it's supposed to work. If the link doesn't work, come to the description here. If that doesn't work, you can go to Spotify and type in Learn As You Grow. I have, I think, 7 episodes on there as of right now. Play them, listen to them. What are all the things that happen on podcasts? Follow the podcast. Leave a review. I think you can leave comments. Share it with a gardener friend to help get the podcast growing. Surprise. I have 2 monitors. So, What I don't like is that like dull, quiet time of me typing in a search and reading through articles to find an answer. That's why I don't like Googling things live. Barry says there's more for that, but you ran out of space. Thank you, YouTube police. Back to this though, I do think that like a bigger monitor would help too for fun. Like I'm on a laptop and then a monitor is what I do right now. Hugo Homestead, technically chickens may eat rocks. On that note, my German Shepherd has been known to eat rocks. I'm trying to think of what these little red rocks are that they sell at the feed mill for chickens to eat. There's a word for it. Does it start with a G? Richard, good morning. No, Spotify. Okay. So I'm supposed to be able to post it to like Apple Tunes and other sources that do podcasts, but I haven't learned how to do that yet. So once I figured that out, then you can listen to it on all the platforms. Eventually, we're gonna do podcast with video. So then on my YouTube channel, you would go under podcasts and you'd be able to watch the video recording of what I spoke about for the audio on the podcast platforms. But as of right now, that's not happening because I'm just repeating information that I've already covered in a live stream. If that makes sense to you all. Oat grouts, my parrots used to love. We're sharing out Hedgehog Homestead's channel. Hopefully the link to the podcast works because I'm new to sharing all of that. Tammy Harder, welcome in. We talked about what to grow for rabbits, ducks, and chickens. There is a free printable chicken garden list in the description below, listing all the herbs, all the vegetables, all the flowers, and all the grains and others. YouTube police, if you can anticipate what you need to pull up, you can open a tab and leave that on where you need to be, though it wouldn't help with, yeah, the Google search thing is where I'm like, you guys, come back later and we'll bring it up again, you know. Gizzard, yeah, I can't remember. I have the word grout stuck in my head. It's gravel, grit? Maybe the word's grit. Grit for the chickens to have. Okay, Carol says, as a child, I licked rocks as many kids of the 60s and 70s did. Just go outside, they said. No rules. Your dog's still sleeping? I think I may have a pet rock. I may have had a pet rock as a kid. It's okay. I collect rocks. Rocks are pretty. Oh, Misfit Mania, hello. Come feed my animals. It's cold. Do you grow anything to specifically feed to your animals? And what animals do you have? Misfit Mania, thanks for joining us. We did our special announcements. We're just kind of chit-chatting right now. I've gone through all my materials. Girls raised in the South is grits. YouTube police. Yes, the grit is the right word. The pebbles for the chickens. Okay, yeah, you can buy bags of it. Okay, so we did our special announcement about the Learn As You Grow podcast on Spotify. Check out the description. I don't have any books or videos or podcasts in there, but I have the articles for what we showed tonight. Like what you see. Don't forget to subscribe for more gardening chats. Don't forget, we have a website, shawneegrows.com. Join the list of emails or check out the products we have. We have a free square foot gardening guide for downloading, and we have 2 more PDFs that you can purchase. One is how to plant a salad garden, and the other one is your garden planning checklist that follows along with the live stream to help you get your thoughts in here out on paper to then go seed shopping. The pet rocks. Yes, pet rocks were big with googly eyes, growing out the box. Good evening. Good to see you here at the last end bit of our live stream tonight. Hugo Homestead, this was a good live, informative, and lots of interactive chat. It's great when people that have experience with these things can get in here and have their voice heard, because I am not raising rabbits, ducks, or chickens. This was just somebody, a viewer, suggested we should talk about it, and I looked up some articles. Misfit Mania says my wife has chickens, ducks, and a turkey. We haven't grown anything yet. 36 years together last December for YouTube Police Gary and Tammy. Blueberry King is growing out the box. Check out his channel for blueberry guides, I believe, and he has a website and all kinds of wonderful things if you haven't heard about him. Carol says, congratulations on the podcast, Shawnee. It was a great idea. We're going to let it grow at its own pace. Go ahead and put it on your way to bed and listen to me talk to you about gardening. Put it on in the car. Share it out. YouTube Police, we got chickens, a rabbit, pigs, goats, and other critters. And then Gary, did you have the worm farm, the red wigglers, and then the mealworms? Are you don't know if you're gonna garden too much this year, but maybe grow some stuff for those critters that you have. Tammy Harder says, nice YouTube Police, sounds like a good lady. My mom named me after the singer Tammy Wynette. Wynette? And it was another excellent chat. Hugo Homestead, we have 32 rabbits, chickens, and quail, and now 2 ducks. I'm assuming there's different species or breeds of rabbits, or are they all the same? Gary, to be honest, I didn't notice the title. Just saw it was you live. Well, thank you. Yes, and the worms. Richard has an update for us. Harvested tomatoes and made stew. Let's see here. Tamati Breedy. Is it Tamatai Breedi or Breedy? Afrikaan for stew. The word is Malaysian. Cape Malay cooking with mutton. Mutton is lamb? Mariska said it was the best. Oh, bonus points. Winning. There you go. I love hearing about all the different things across the world. There's all sorts of critters at our house, Gary says. There's the link for growing out the box. Check out his YouTube channel. I think that is who my wife is named after as well, Tammy Harder. The Tammy Wynette singer. Funny. Thank you for the update, Richard. You could be wrong. Well, I don't know. Mutton is the old sheep. Oh, so not lamb. So that means that's why it's in the stew, because you have to cook it low and slow, because it's probably tough, right? Well, if anyone has any last things to say, if anyone's going live tonight, throw it out there. We can head on over there next for an after party. I have said what I needed to say. We talked about our hours goal. We're getting there. We talked about all the things. Tammy says it was a popular thing back in the day to name girls after her. Hugo Homestead says, I have Californian, New Zealand, Lionhead, and Rexes for the rabbits. I figured there was a mix going on. Appreciate Miss Sharon doing the hard work with the typing and the clicking for everybody here to know all the things. Appreciate you so much. YouTube Police says we currently have 1 rabbit. It's a lionhead. All right. Carol says, I was not subscribed to this Radio Jonesy link. No wonder I did not get notifications. YouTube unsubbed me. Yeah, Radio J Talk for Radio Jonesy. Fantastic channel. Check it out. Tammy is talking about getting back into rabbits. She was thinking New Zealand. All right. Lion heads are cute, supposedly. I would have to look it up. I don't know. Aren't all bunnies cute? All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Remember to grow every day in every way. I always say learn as you grow. It was wonderful seeing everyone. I'm going to go now and find an after party. Share this out. Team replay. I see you. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining us all tonight for our random pop-up live. Subscribe. Hey, Gandalf, what you doing? We're ending the show. Where are we going next? Subscribe so you can find out when we're having our party to celebrate the watch hour goal of 1,500. We can have people up in the panel and talk and chit chat, and we won't have a subject that night. Carol says, my friend said, though her lion head was a stinker. YouTube Police says, ours bit me the other day. The dogs got in there and it was terrorizing him. I tried to calm him down. Ugh. Radio Jonesy says, I have one Charlie as an animal, and I also have wild wallabies at my property that he unintentionally feeds. Bye, Tammy. Take care, everyone. Thanks, Hugo Homestead. Richard says, mutton is sheep. Lamb is the younger sheep. Mutton is the older sheep. Cooked slow for 7 hours. The dogs are awake. Good night, Jack and the Beanstalk. Thanks for this, Shawnee. Congrats on the podcast. Yes. You're at Brenda's. Okay. Good to know. Thank you for stopping by to say hi, and hit the like button on your way out. Woot woot. Where are we going next, everybody? There's the podcast link. Hopefully that works. Maybe Misfit Mania will have a live stream this evening. All right, we're out. We're out, everybody. I'm pushing it. Bye.